back to the James King Show. Today we're going to be talking about Dan Crenshaw's new ad. It's been described as Marvel Avengers Assemble-esque, Hollywood-type action movie trailer. Of course, Dan Crenshaw is a U.S. representative, a former Navy SEAL, serves in Texas's 2nd Congressional District since 2019. He's a Republican. I'm going to kind of react to this a little bit, give a couple thoughts real quick, but before any of that, let's get into it.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, will be to save Texas. To do so, you must recruit an exceptional team of congressional candidates. They must be courageous, patriotic, and absolutely fearless. Time is of the essence. The nation's future is dependent upon your success.
You still know how to fly one of these things?
Dan Crenshaw.
I'm putting a team together, Wesley. You in?
You know I wouldn't miss this for the world, right? Wait. I think August is going to want to come too.
You guys looking for a real pilot? Let me get cleaned up.
You're an F-22 pilot. What were you doing working under a helicopter?
I have no idea what I was doing, but typical Air Force fixing the Army's problems.
This guy, Dan, bro, you could have just texted me, man. Why you gotta jump out of an airplane? It would have been way
Because
easier.
it's cooler to jump. Never mind.
Come here.
And I want to thank these officers for a job well done.
Hey, Beth. When you're finished over there, Texas could use your help.
What the?
Hey, Tony. Texas has a better use for your talents.
Hey guys, who's next?
No.
I got this.
All right. Well, that is certainly interesting. Obviously, a little bit corny, but also really well done at times. So credit where credit is due. As my understanding of Crenshaw's politics is he's not really that far off of what any mainstream Republican congressman would support. He's only been in office for a very short period of time, so it's really hard to know, where he stands on some things. But mainline stuff, that's really not what we're talking about right now. I'm really just reacting to the trailer, I guess you could say, where he's assembling, all these up and coming potentially politicians from around Texas. While obviously this is not a good, strategy solely, it's definitely a decent strategy. Little stuff like this mixed into the political conversation, obviously hits at a younger audience. And while, like I said, it may be a little corny, it's effective, at least in one way, in getting his name out. It may be effective in getting their names out. It's certainly effective in getting their faces out. It makes them more relatable, even though some people would say, policy, 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 policy. And you should. Policy is the only thing that matters. However, this being taken for what it was fine. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm an independent. I don't really pick one side or the other. I have my opinions socially. I have my opinions economically, but at the end of the day, this kind of stuff is fine as long as it's, like I said, not your primary strategy. Things like the presidential race right now, unfortunately, it's like there's no policy being discussed, and that's unfortunate. We got the debate coming up on Tuesday, but we'll see. That's likely to be something special. I will say what made me laugh was when some of the, let me pull this back up. Some of the stuff that they listed as like qualities, and I know that it's obviously talking about, like in the frame of this being fun and like a trailer, but it's like especially the girl who was doing hand-to-hand combat. What did let me see what we got here. What did it list as her special abilities? Let me see. Oh snap! Let me turn this down. All right, let's see what we got here. Look at my second screen here. Oh yeah, here's the fighting girl. What is this? This is Genevieve Collins from District 32. Problem solver, businesswoman, athlete. Gotta vote for that. I mean, that is kind of a Republican thing, though, and I'm not knocking it, but like just tough people. But it's just, businesswoman doesn't mean anything. I'm sure it does. It doesn't mean anything by just saying it. I need to know what she did. But problem solver and athlete. All right, that was probably the worst one. But like I said, I know they're being corny. She wouldn't describe herself that way. I hope. I mean, there's more to her than that. But that was the funniest, because it was just like, that doesn't mean anything. But that's fine. Let me see. Was there anything else? Yeah, no, that was the last one. The CGI helicopters and the explosion. Like I said, different take on a political ad. Definitely not what I would expect, but fun. And I don't think it hurts as long as you're hitting policy on the other ads. In my personal opinion, if out of 100% of the ads you do need to attack isn't the right word, but you do need to point out the flaws of your opponent, but not exclusively. It always has to be, he's got a flaw here and I've got a plan, which is always got to be the go-to. Sorry, my voice is a little raspy. I just got off work, 12-hour shift. But it's got to be policy, but you can do a little bit of attacking as long as it's substantive. I don't really care about any personal life. I care about policy, and so in a perfect world, 5% attacking your opponent on substantive issues, 90% substance, and then 5% you can do this. That's fine. But that's all I'll say about it. It was fun. I don't see any problems. Sometimes, like I said, the corny CGI is actually pretty good at times. But and the little title cards, like that's all good fun. So we'll see. We'll watch Dan Crenshaw's career. He's kind of got an interesting story. I mean, he's written some books. He's been on Saturday Night Live, which doesn't mean anything, but it was right after his election. He's being held up as an up-and-coming star in the Republican Party, though not for the same reason that someone like AOC on the Democratic side is, where you beat a titan of power to take the reins. Some epic stuff. I mean, not that his race wasn't interesting; it certainly was, but it's because he's young. He's got a unique look. For being fair, the eye patch helps. It's cool. He knows it. That's what this trailer, he knows. He knows. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Like I said, as long as you're hitting substance. But as far as substance goes, hitting the main points politically, I mean, I'm not impressed by that. But some of the social issues I wouldn't agree with him on. Some of them I would. But he hasn't stood out in terms of reforming his party. So until he does, stand up to some of the issues inside of the Republican Party, you can say what you want about someone like AOC, but she has no problem going after her own party. I respect that because most people know that the so-called swamp, the corruption in either party, while primarily driven by money, does exist, and anyone who goes after their own party that's an up-and-coming star because they want to change things. So when he starts doing that, he can be the AOC of the Republicans, but we'll see.